Hello friends, I am Devashish Dewan. Today I will discuss on feed water heaters in thermal power plant. So today's discussion is what is feed water heaters, its purpose, working principle, classifications, tube material and performance indices. A feed water heater is a power plant component used to preheat water delivered to a steam generating boiler. Preheating the feed water reduces the irreversibilities involved in steam generation and therefore improves the thermodynamic efficiency of the system. This reduces plant operating costs and also help to avoid thermal shock to the boiler metal when the feed water is introduced back into the steam cycle. In the Rankine cycle of steam power plant, feed water heaters allow the feed water to be brought up to the saturation temperature very gradually. This minimizes the inevitable irreversibilities associated with the heat transfer to the working fluid, means water. The feed water heaters are open and closed type heat exchangers. An open heat exchanger is one in which extracted steam is allowed to mix with the feed water and both leave the heater at a common temperature. The advantages of the open heaters are simplicity, lower cost and high heat transfer capacity, and the disadvantages is the necessity of the pump at each heater to handle the large feed water stream. A deaerator is a special case of the open feed water heaters which is specifically designed to remove non-condensable gases from the feed water. Closed type feed water heaters are typically shell and tube heat exchangers where the feed water flows through the tube and the extracted steam condenses outside the tube in the shell. The closed heaters are costly and may not give as high a feed water temperature as do open heaters. A closed heater requires only a single pump for the main feed water stream regardless of the number of heaters. In most steam power plant, closed heaters are favored, but at least one open heaters is used primarily for the purpose of feed water deaeration. In our case, we will mainly discuss on the closed feed water heaters. This is the closed type feed water heaters. If you see this figure, this is shell and this is the tube bundle. Now coming to the purpose of the feed water heaters, means why feed water heaters is required in a thermal power plant. It is required because feed water heaters allow the feed water to be brought up to the saturation temperature very gradually. So they provide efficiency gains in the steam cycle by increasing the initial water temperature to the boiler. So there is less sensible heat addition required which must occur in the boiler. Then steam is extracted from the selected stages in the turbine to shell and tube heat exchangers or to open feed water heaters where the steam and feed water are in direct contact. And the next is they provide efficiency gains by reducing the heat rejected in the condenser and they minimize the thermal effects in the boiler, means some portion of the steam is extracted from the turbine and utilize its maximum heat content without dumping into the condenser. If you see this table for a 250 megawatt unit, if you go through the specific coal consumption at TMCR, means turbine maximum continuous rating at 250 megawatt is 0.664 when the HP heater is in service condition. But without HP heater at the same TMCR, the specific coal consumption is 0.714, means the coal requirement is more if both HP heaters are out. So from this table it is clear that feed water heater is very much important for thermal power plant. In shell and tube or closed type feed water heaters, the feed water flows through the tubes and the extracted steam condenses on the shell side. The condensed steam from each feed water heater drains successively to the next lower pressure heaters and is returned to the condenser. There are two types of heaters, low pressure heaters and the high pressure heater. The low pressure heaters are located between the condenser extraction pump and deaerator, and it normally extracts steam from the low pressure turbine. And for the high pressure heater, it is located downstream of the boiler feed pump, and typically the tube side design pressure is at least 100 kg per centimeter square, and the steam source is from the high pressure turbine. And as per orientation, the feed water heaters are horizontal and vertical. The horizontal heaters are most stable in regard to the level control, although they occupy more floor space. Disassembly is by means of either shell or bundle removal, and most are floor mounted. And for the vertical feed water heaters, there are two types, channel down and channel up. These vertical feed water heaters conserve the floor space. The amount of control area available for liquid level fluctuation is less, and disassembly is by shell removal. Installation and removal may be more difficult than for horizontal heaters. Vertical channel down heaters are mostly used in thermal power plant. The vertical channel up, these are the least frequently used, and its disassembly is by means of bundle removal. Now coming to the working principle of the feed water heaters. I am basically describe about the HP feed water heaters. This is the actual feed water heaters, and it is the schematic diagram of it. Water is coming from boiler feed pump, and it is going through the tube and going to the boiler, and there is a baffle plate which separate from this inlet and outlet. Extracted steam from the turbine is entered into the shell side, and after transferring the heat, the condensed water is going through the normal drain to deaerator and emergency drain. This heater having three zones: desuperheating zone, condensing zone and cooling zone. The baffle plates are installed to restrict the direction of the extracted steam so that maximum heat can be transferred. In the condensing zone, a large percentage of the energy added by the heater occurs here. Now coming to the subcooling zone. The condensed steam enters into this zone at the saturation temperature and is cooled by convective heat transfer from the incoming feed water. Now coming to the desuperheating zone. The incoming superheated steam from turbine is entered into this desuperheating zone and giving up most of its superheat to the feed water exiting from the heater. Tube material. Both copper alloys and non-ferrous alloys are used for LP heaters and HP heaters. Copper alloys are used extensively in the LP heaters tube. These alloys have got excellent thermal conductivity, but on the other hand, these alloys have problems of copper carryover and ammonia attack, which may require a complex boiler cleaning after short intervals. To avoid all this problem, the stainless steel is inevitably used for LP heaters. Stainless steel is unaffected at all operating conditions except that it is susceptible to chloride induced stress corrosion. Most common material used for HP heaters are carbon steel, stainless steel, model metal, etc. Now coming to the performance of the feed water heater, means the efficiency of the feed water heater. Mainly the two variables are used to monitor a feed water heater's performance, that is terminal temperature difference TTD and the drain cooler approach DCA. The terminal temperature difference, means TTD, is a measure of how close the outlet feed water temperature is to the feed water heater saturation temperature. Means TTD is the difference of saturation steam minus the feed water outlet temperature. And if you see that the impact of a 0.56 degree centigrade increase in TTD of the top heater is approximately a 0.016% increase in heat rate. And for the other feed water heaters, a 0.56% increase in TTD increases the heat rate by approximately 0.013%. On the other side, the drain cooler approach, means DCA, is a measure of how close the heater drain outlet temperature is to the feed water inlet temperature. That means DCA is equal to drain outlet temperature minus the feed water inlet temperature. If there is a 0.56 degree centigrade increase in DCA, the corresponding increase in heat rate is 0.005%. The impact can be less at part load. These curves are the temperatures versus length of the heaters. For LP heaters, the steam is wet, and from this curve, if you see that it is the feed water temperature increase inlet to outlet, and this is the bleed steam, means extraction stream of the LP turbine, and this is the saturation temperature. So from this you can see that feed water outlet temperature is less than the bleed steam. That means TTD is positive, and often it is the order of 3 degree centigrade. Too small a value, although good for the plant efficiency, but require a large heater. If the extracted steam upon condensation gets subcooled, a drain cooler may be used. If you see this curve, the bleed steam transfer heat, and then it is subcooled. In this curve, heat transfer through condense subcooled through drain cooler. Here also the TTD is positive, but for the case of HP heater, the extracted steam is superheated, then condensed and then subcooled. Here you can see that the feed water temperature from inlet to outlet is this. The TTD is saturation temperature of the steam minus the feed water outlet. So you see that the TTD is negative. In my next video, the feed water heaters performance with case studies is to be narrated. So in our video today we learned the feed water heaters, its purpose, different type of heaters, and the performance indices of the heaters. I think you understand well. Thank you for your patience. If you like my video, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notification of the future videos. Please like and share the videos. Thank you.